Whoa.
Whoa.
Bye.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Bye.
Okay. Good.
If you have to convince your boss you're not committing war crimes, have you already come way too close to committing war crimes?
Probably.
Hello, what are we talking about? What's war crimes?
You know, war crimes, no big deal.
To be fair, like every single party that we have been in has committed some of that, so
Yes.
It's true. It's very true. It's all in the gray area. I think I know Jeb's not here, I'll say this again when they come back, but I think I'm probably only gonna do downtime again this time, so it might be pretty short.
this is
Just because I'm not like 100% sure what you guys want to do next. I have a feeling I probably know, but
Is it
also,
working?
yes, it's
No.
working.
Okay.
No, you need to turn your computer off and turn it on again.
Because earlier you all were blinking, saying that you were saying things, but I couldn't hear any.
Oh no. I couldn't. Were you saying anything? Because I couldn't hear you.
No, I wasn't saying anything. I was saying things to myself in the test thing, but it wouldn't show up as me talking for some reason.
I gotcha. All
Amazing.
right. Well, before you showed up, I just said that we're only going to be doing downtime, so it'll probably be pretty short.
Okay.
Kind of like last downtime. Oh, I will say, after this downtime, I'm going to have you guys level up, I think.
Okay.
Nice.
So you'll have that for the next mission. And I can go over what numbers that means again. And we can talk about what you want to do for your squad level up too when it comes to it. But since everybody's here, does anybody remember what happened?
Nope.
it's been 8,000 years.
That's
It's
what
been so
notes are
long.
for.
It's been so long.
See.
Yeah.
The city moved. Or yeah, it was like on the news that the city was gonna move, and then it ended up moving. Leap was putting out advertisements, like job advertisements. And they like left a number to call, saying they were
1-800
hiring individuals of all shapes and sizes to explore an undiscovered frontier riddled with history and progress alike. And then we broke into the building, the Paragon building.
Mhm.
Let's see. We had to destroy Roombas and robot guards. We found like a bunch of information. Let's see. The Blood Moon Syndicate were the people who requested the information on us originally from Paragon. But then Paragon also sold it to Leap without telling Blood Moon. Paragon hacked into Blood Moon and found out that Blood Moon and Leap were working together. Leap appeared to be transporting a bunch of things to a red planet. And we got the exact coordinates, and it was tagged as Leap HQ. And then we saw like a bunch of transport ships, and they had Leap, Blood Moon Syndicate, and Sentinel insignias. So all three organizations are like working together with Leap in the center. We learned that Hana's rival always goes upstairs whenever she comes here, so we figured out where the upstairs was. And then we went there. We saw her working on something, and she was like stalling for time. So we were fighting a bunch of droids
Almost died.
and almost died.
I believe Rio dislocated his shoulder or something.
Yes.
And then Hana's rival apparently has a chip implanted in her head that will blow up if she says or does anything to help us. Oh, and she had the thing she was like working on was like an EMP thing. So she did that and it like shut off the chip in her head temporarily. So she told us a bunch of stuff. And Ward probed her mind as well. Saw like an image of her being strapped to a chair and like a chip being implanted in her head. Blood Moon and Leap have like the kids. And you have fears that Leap is going to do like a bunch of experiments on them. Leap is evil, will rip the kids apart and reality at the very seams.
No big deal.
Our Ward also saw that Earth-like planet. There was some weird stuff about that where Yua was like afraid of a planet, but also there was this weird haze that was pushing her closer to it and made her want to get closer to it. And apparently Ward realized that it felt a lot like them. It was like a foreign presence in her mind and not mechanical at all, which is interesting. The red planet is where Leap is, but the Earth-like planet is nearby to that. Let's see.
Do not go here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the do not go here planet.
Which means we're definitely going there.
Most definitely.
Of course.
And then I have that Yua is incredibly mad at the people who, or angry at the people who contracted her to kill Hana. And then Yua jumped out of the building as we did, but she had like left an orb behind that exploded into like a massive black hole. And then we all heard that loud howling animal noise again as we were like, I think we were like parachuting away or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we just heard that like howling in the distance as we were leaving.
That about covers it. Yeah. That was kind of like a big deal. So let me just like set a little bit of a scene here before you guys get into downtime. Because the building just exploded in the city. Right now, yeah, it took maybe a half hour for like authorities, quote unquote, to get to the building. Since then, you cleared out. You were gone. What trace of you being there presumably got sucked into the black hole. So you have a little bit of confidence that they won't be able to pin anything on you, at least the authorities or something. But now I'd say it's probably been maybe an hour since the building and then a couple surrounding buildings got affected by this explosion. The city is kind of in a tizzy right now. It's kind of there's always sirens going off at any point in the city. People are just like out in the streets, like looking at this building. Like it's early in the morning. I mean, like the sun is just rising. I think maybe you can like find a point maybe by like where when you land your parachutes, maybe in like an alleyway or something, if that's even possible. And you sneak your way back to the to Kwangya Theater, and you can turn around and you can see the building with this massive circular hole in the side of it, and the sun kind of rising in that area. The sandstorm itself has mostly settled down, though there's a lot of sand still in the streets. And you can get the idea that it's probably not going to get cleaned up for a while because people are a little busy right now dealing with buildings exploding and maybe many, many more people hearing that howling in their heads at the same time. But you guys make your way back to the theater, safe and sound for the most part. I mean, maybe worse for wear, but nobody's dead. And I think you walk through the front door, and you head into the actual theater part of the establishment, and you see sitting on the stage is Suo, your boss, and right beside he's got his legs crossed, and in one hand or in both his hands, like on his lap, he's just like has like an espresso. And then next to him is Kix sitting next to him, kind of like a sad puppy. He looks ashamed of something. And as you guys walk inside, Kix looks up at you and he's like, he starts to panic and he's like, I didn't tell him anything, I swear. I didn't say anything. He doesn't believe me about anything. And Soho just watches you guys come down the aisle of the theater. And I guess he says like, it seems like you've all been busy. Kix has told me that he dropped you off on the roof of a building that is, well, mostly gone now.
We stare at Hana.
So he takes a
Hana's
sip of his espresso.
Yeah, that's what happened. We were dropped off on top of that building, yeah.
Well, I appreciate you being so forward about it. Though I'm not so inclined to believe you didn't have anything to do with it. Now, you've done good for me in the past. I've made money because of you, and I appreciate that. To be frank, I don't want terrorists working under my name. So if you had anything to do with it, I'm going to need you to tell me. And we're going to need to talk about it.
We definitely were not responsible for the explosion, if that's what you're insinuating. We were there, we saw what did it, but it wasn't us responsible for it.
Bill gives you like a really long look, and he's like, I want to believe you. You've been forward with me the past few weeks, but you have hidden information from me in the past. Information that has been important for me to know. And if you are in any trouble right now, because you are some of my better money makers, I would like to help you. But you do have to be forward with me about it.
Man, I don't know how trustworthy.
If it makes you feel any better, you are at one relationship status with your patron faction, so
Yeah.
that means that he's not totally gonna think you're 100% lying.
Ward communicate telepathically? I don't remember.
Yes. Ward only communicates telepathically.
Right. But like, can we like call out to you telepathically and you like hear us, or like I try to get like your attention with like my
eye. Ward will notice. It certainly would be helpful to have someone of Suho's status in the loop.
Should we tell him about Leap and everything?
He has connections. It may be possible that he can pull some strings, get some information that we are unable to. He also has funding, manpower, things that we are rather lacking of in the current situation.
I suppose we could start with asking him if he's seen those Leap advertisements around town.
Yes, let us start small.
Yeah.
See what he knows, is willing to share.
I'll just look back to him and be like, well, we'll start with. Have you seen the Leap advertisements being put up recently in town or in the city?
Yes, I have. What does that have to say? I just figured there was some mining company.
No, they're quite a bit more than that. They're the ones responsible for that explosion.
Okay. You're sure?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
What's the percentage of pretty sure?
Like 100% sure.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna have to take your word for it because any evidence of anything is gone from there. So let's say you're. Go ahead.
We've had some encounters with them in the past. That abandoned ship we had told you about with the monster that had shown up. We found security camera footage of what was that dude's name? Akia or something?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The Mothman.
Akia Arakawa, part of the Sentinel. Yeah, part of Sentinel. We saw footage of him using Leap technology to kill people aboard that ship. We've actually recovered one of those weapons that he was using. And when it's fired, it makes a similar noise to that howl that I'm assuming many people have heard now.
So you're saying that that thing that's in my head, and you guys can all still hear it, by the way. In the
Oh,
back
it's
of
still
your
there?
head.
Okay.
It's still going. It's faint, but it's just kind of very present.
Ward does a
Kind of like-
very poor impression of it in like Suho's head.
It's
So
like
it's like,
overlapping with the real.
Yeah.
You don't need to do that. I'm still hearing it right now. Thank you, though. You need to work on your impressions. You can do it telepathically. How are you?
I think they're pretty good, actually.
He doesn't have like a vocal cords. You think he'd be better at doing impression. Anyways, this is off topic.
But yeah,
Okay.
they're responsible for that.
Okay. So this, okay. Do you have any motivation? Do they have a motive as for why?
Do we have a motive? I mean, I don't know if we know why they're doing this.
Seems strange to me. That's all I'm saying. Is why would a company like this, who's looking for recruits, bomb a building?
Ward Wise? Well, remind me, your ex people are working with them, right? What was their reasoning?
Correct.
Because I think that's the
They...
closest thing to a motive that we know.
Let me see. Oh, that's mech stuff. Um,
Like outside of like world domination.
not there. In general, I know that they wanted just out of the collective and figured the theocracy question mark was better for them. Your oil rig. Like, it's possible that they were whatever they were trying to dig up underwater is something that both they and Leap were looking for. Yeah, they very specifically did not tell us their motives. They were annoyed that we kept trying to figure things out. And then all of my drive stuff has been like about their mechs and like the planet. So I don't have any super details on what they're trying to do. But I know that they're out there and they are working together and they're trying to do something.
I have a quote written down. Okay, it says, "When my mission is complete, when it becomes strong, your hive mind should do something a human once told me. Count your chickens because its power is so very convincing. And you may find that the test may be resistant of the regent test."
Ah, yes, count your chickens. I do have that.
So they're looking for like something to replace the hive mind,
I have so many questions right now.
which might be that planet, because that planet had like a similar presence, right?
Yes. Although I don't
Or it
think
was
you
like
know that
it was
yet.
like you. Yeah, I don't think you've told us. Yeah, you haven't told
Um,
us anything you've seen in the mind thing, but
or it could be the complete opposite where they're just trying to get as many dissenters as possible.
maybe,
Um,
yeah.
but judging by the mind thing, it might be that.
Yeah. So they just want like a new overlord.
I
Are you
guess that
discussing this in front of Suho? Is he just like going back and forth? Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I guess that begs the question if how grand a scheme are they coming up with? Whether this is specifically focused on just the test, or are they looking for like a new overmind for all of the factions?
Maybe. I mean, it seems like they have pretty grand plans in terms of like the technology and stuff they're trying to mess with.
True. And
They have
since
like black
they're
hole guns and stuff.
yeah, plus they're working with the theocracy, so it at least engulfs one other um
Yeah.
faction.
And then the Blood Moon Syndicate is part of another faction.
Right. And if they're in on this too, then there's this Ward pulls out 3 tentacles. There's this trifecta going on.
There's also the mob is part of the democracy.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
so there's
mob
3
too.
different factions. Although I don't know if I don't know if these factions or these 3 groups are just kind of working with Leap for like their own means, and Leap is just like using them without them really
Manipulating.
realizing it. Yeah.
That seems
So I don't
most likely
I
because
don't know if these 3 groups are like willing participants of whatever Leap is doing.
there was a lot of behind the scenes stuff that we found with the like sharing of our information or selling back to whoever.
Yeah.
So they're definitely not all buddy with each other.
Yeah, like it sort of seems like they're like doing it behind their back a little. Yeah, I think we're probably having this talk in our heads. We've just like gone silent.
So it's just like you can hear his fingernails like against his mug.
I mean, yeah, we don't really have a clear answer for why they're doing what they're doing. We have some ideas, but
Okay. Well, you know, uh, sure. Okay, well, I'm comfortable knowing that at least you're not terrorists.
yes, we're trying to stop them.
Good. Do you need me? I don't have a lot of men under my employ, but I have some. And since the city is going to kind of be on high alert, maybe in the next couple of weeks, I don't think I'm going to be able to do any of the kind of stuff that we usually do. Like black market-y kind of stuff, hush hush. So I can have them do other things instead. Maybe put out some feelers, see if they can find any information on your Leap individuals. Maybe at least a leader's name or something.
That would be helpful.
Name would be
Yeah,
a start.
we don't really know much about anyone in Leap, so
Okay, I can do that.
Could you also have someone calibrate my big giant cannon so I can actually fire with it?
Now, Rio, I think you're the only one in the universe who has a cannon like that. So
Yes, I know. It's highly experimental.
Yeah,
And
I
it
think
never
that,
works.
Right, I think that means tough luck.
Maybe if you use something other than duct tape to fix it,
wait,
Yeah,
are you
know,
still
just
using
a
duct
thought.
tape?
We have Gorilla Glue, Rio, if that's what you want. I can get some Gorilla Glue.
Okay,
Gorilla
I'm
Glue,
not an
Gorilla Glue
engineer, but
is
I don't think that's
subpar.
much of an improvement.
Oh, it's worse than duct tape?
It is worse than duct tape.
I mean, why don't
It's-
you do like
the Gorilla Glue
actual
gets everywhere.
engineering? Why don't you just do actual engineering instead of using duct tape and glue?
We have literal tools
Where do you
at your
think I got an
disposal.
engineering degree? I
Did-
grew up in the
do
slums,
you
and then I
do you
was a
have an
fighter.
engineering degree?
No, I've been punched in the face like 50 times.
Okay,
What
so
does
that
that have
probably
to do
makes
with
you
anything?
worse at engineering.
It doesn't. Neither does engineering, because I don't actually engineer. I just wing it.
How did you even get your hands on that thing? The cannon and the... If you're not an engineer, and you
Yeah,
say
why-
that you've
why
lost
did they
so
give
many
this
brain
to you?
cells.
Why did they give this to you?
Because I wanted to fight, and we didn't really have much of a conversation beyond that.
Well,
I
maybe
thought
they
you
just
give me robot.
They might have just been like, this guy is stupid enough to try this weapon that doesn't work.
yeah, maybe they just gave you something that will never work.
Maybe
We
that
are
was the
starting to
reason.
think they gave this to you on purpose.
Just to see like how badly will this fuck them up.
All right. Well, Suho nods to you all. Pets kicks on the back, even though he looks pretty mopey, and stands, bids you all farewell, and says he'll get back to you if he finds any information at all.
All right. Have a good evening.
Thanks. It's 7 in the morning, but thank you.
Right. Yeah, we've sort of been up all night.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And the
he takes his
trains.
leave. And now I think, unless you guys want to do any roleplay right now, we can start downtime.
Downtime. How messed up are our characters?
I'm fine.
Stares
I
at
think.
Rio.
I think I just
I
have
have like
some
a fuck ton of
stress.
stress, but
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
oh wait, never mind. I have 2 level 1 harps.
Oh, y'all need
When did
to
that
patch
happen?
yourselves up.
Yep.
Yo. Dislocated shoulders,
Mm.
singed, grazed.
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
Yeah, he got fucked up.
Yeah, we got really messed up.
Yeah.
I think if he got 1 more damage at all that mission, he would have been dead.
I've actually just been walking around this entire time with my arms just dangling.
Like not even like up in a sling or anything, just fucking dangling.
It's fine, guys. Oh,
Ouch.
yeah, I can't feel my fingers right now, but it's no big deal.
Well,
Maybe
they're still there. I can see them
maybe we should call a doctor or something.
kind of swinging in the breeze.
We are the doctor.
Right.
Also, we have the flushing.
Oh yeah, did we make one of the flushings a medic person?
Dominic isn't, but he can help, I guess.
Oh no, he's the navigator scout.
Yeah. You do have a bunch of thugs, though.
They can't help.
If you want them to just all lift Rio into the air, take him places.
Just
A little
lugging around.
entourage, yeah.
Ceremoniously carry him over their heads to the to the med bay.
Uh-huh. Okay, let me do a reward really quick because I think you guys are gonna get a lot of rep. Because
Nice.
Yua and the Blood
Because we
Moon
were
Syndicate
loud.
Yeah, and also Yua and the Blood Moon Syndicate are a significantly higher tier than you are.
Oh, nice.
Ooh,
So you'll get more.
bonus rep.
Yes. Per tier higher. Yeah, I think you guys get 4 total rep.
Swag.
A lot of rep.
It's tier, okay. Plus the player faction is 5. Good lord. Equal to the highest die. Okay, good. So I'm gonna need someone to roll 5d6 for me.
Okay.
A lot of these.
A lot of D6.
That's for supply points because Blood Moon's
Nice.
so much
Crap.
beefier than you guys. All right, so 4 is your highest. So you get 4 supply points plus 2 material from the from EXO.
We should put
Probably put
all of
the
those in
foreign
the personnel.
Yeah. We've been using all those.
Okay, so you want us 4 personnel and the 2 material?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
10 and 6.
Okay, sounds good. And you got your 4 rep. Okay. Each pilot checks to see if they did something that furthers their drive.
Hana.
I was gonna say you used one of your drive clocks though.
Yeah, I used one to talk to her.
To actually talk to her.
Amazing.
You guys can do the free upkeep downtime. So you may remove all level 1 harm and all level 1 damage. from your
Nice.
pilotness and your vehicles.
Okay.
Hey guys, I'm not
Okay,
burned
I'm
anymore.
fine now.
Still can't feel my arms, but I got no burns.
I'm normal now.
Yeah.
You're getting somewhere.
Okay, and I think with that, did the supply roll. Okay, did the bonuses. Rep. Yep. Great. Cool. Great. And I will do status and trust after this because that doesn't really affect anything right now. And I think that means that we can go right into downtime. So let's just go down the list. I imagine you guys probably have a lot of things you need to roll. So
Yes. All
we'll
the
see
things.
how short this one ends up being because it's probably mostly rolling an RP, but we'll find out. Let's start with Ward then.
Okay. For once, I do actually need to get rid of some stress.
Look at that.
So it is time to cut loose. We will cut loose with Hana.
Okay.
Let's see, what are we gonna do?
I'll cut loose with you too, because I need to get rid of
Nice.
some stress.
Let's see. Can't. Pull up some stuff. Broke into a building. Some
You could talk about you, I guess.
You read
So
my
you
girlfriend's
did-
mind.
Yeah, you did enter her mind palace.
Yes, I'm trying to think of what we can do, like while we cut loose,
Ah,
because we've already done like music stuff and we've drank.
I cook you human food.
Yes.
See what you like.
mm, Let's see. Do you have harm?
No,
No. Okay.
I just have stress.
Well, actually, I think we will probably just chill out and I think examine the gun together. Just
fun
because
time.
that seems to be our first or our first like major lead.
It's like our biggest tie to them, so
Yeah. So we'll probably, I don't know, just pick out a room and like set up a bunch of lights, some sketchbooks, and pens and pencils and all the tentacles, and just start like taking notes on this gun and thinking thoughts out loud. But while this is going on, Ward will mention about detect thoughts.
Spell.
Yes, good spell, very good. Always prepared. Um, uh, hopefully you do not take offense to this, but while the, I guess, important conversation was happening, while we don't technically know her name yet, right?
Yeah, I don't think
so. Yeah.
none of
Yes.
us actually said it out loud.
While you were speaking to your companion, since the EMP had gone off and there were no risks of any outward spying, we thought it prudent to perhaps do a little bit of telepathy mind reading. See if we could find information that's she was not able to tell you in the short amount of time that she had.
All right. What did you get? What did you find out?
There were many visions. It does seem that she holds you in high regard in all of her memories. There were visions of training, of a younger self, and someone that um, you see that while Ward is still like making sketches and taking notes on the gun, like one of the tentacles will go off to the side and flip open a new page on somewhere else and start drawing out these um like very basic drawings of like what they saw. So there will be like these little stick figures, and then Ward will label them. So one is like friend question mark, and then the other one will be labeled Hana. And they are extremely small stick figures, and they're holding like giant like swords or something and like training with each other. The two of you practiced together a lot while you were children?
You could say that. Yeah, we grew up together.
There were sights of that. She mentioned something about children and experiments. These things that she was seeing, we suspect they may be more a figment of her imagination than something she knows completely. But and then Ward will draw just like um, we'll try to draw what looks like a perfect circle and like the scientific symbol for like a black hole, but um, Ward like squiggles wrong and the circle isn't perfect, and they'll just like scribble a whole bunch and make like a giant like black circle, and then like draw all of these like little kid stick figures running away. Um, she seems to believe that they are using the technology that this gun seems to implement onto the children. It seems like a stretch. This black hole business is already far more than anything we can attempt to comprehend. To utilize this on or with people seems nearly impossible, and yet she has a strong belief that this is what is happening.
Yeah, I think we had in that facility, like research facility, we had found like people they were trying to do like FTL transportation,
Ah, yes.
and then we had found equipment that had like remains of people in them, right?
Yes. Correct.
So I don't know. That might be related. I mean, maybe it's not so much that they're like using the black hole things to experiment on people, but they're experimenting on people to figure out the black hole weapons. Maybe I don't know.
Possibility. We fear what may happen if they are able to fully comprehend how to use this technology to its maximum.
Yeah, but yeah, I gotta get those kids out of there somehow.
Are these kids. Do you know them personally? Are they former companions of yours? Or
Sort of, yeah. They were younger. They were the younger kids that we sort of grew up with, and myself and Yua, my friend. I suppose you've met her officially now. We sort of took care of them together, like made sure they didn't get up to too much trouble, which was sort of our entire lives, but we tried to keep them safe.
we see. So there is a deep connection among all of you. No wonder
Yeah,
she
they're my
worries.
family.
Let's see, what else? There was a lot of emotion as well. She harbors much rage, anger towards those who control her. And Ward will draw like a stick figure, but in place of the face, it's just a giant question mark. And then Ward will write like on top like leap? Technology? Chip? And then like a big arrow pointing to her head. The people who have given her orders, they have, well, you've seen it, very strong levels of control over her actions and even her thoughts, if she cannot even dare to whisper a word of help. We hope to reassure you that what she does outwardly, anything she has attempted to do to try and harm you, she does not mean. It is all against her will due to whoever these people are.
Yeah, they're the people who raised us, sort of. I don't know if we can really call what they did raising us, but they made us who we are, I suppose. But they are very bad news, to say the least.
To be able to hold that much power over someone, force them to do such things. Scary thought.
Yeah. Their entire goal with us essentially was to just create the perfect obedient soldier. And I suppose if you have a bomb in someone's head, then that's the way to make someone obedient.
One way to do it. Fear is a strong motivator.
Do you have any ideas how we could get rid of that?
Well, we have the logical solutions, and you'll see the Ward will like shimmy and shake around a bit, and you'll notice the like first aid kit float around within within their head. But we assume it would not be as easy as extracting it. There are likely safeguards in place to prevent forceful removal. If an EMP worked to disable it momentarily, perhaps a larger, grander charge could be used to short-circuit it.
Just permanently disable it.
It's possible Nyx may have a way to hack it.
Maybe
And
if we. Go ahead.
suddenly, Ward gets like really excited and starts writing more notes. If Nyx can backtrack the signal, perhaps we could use it as a tracer. We could follow her movements and triangulate the location of whoever's controlling her.
I mean, yeah, speaking on that note, we might find whatever's controlling her, like if there's like a device they're using at the Leap headquarters, if they're like all working together and like they're all sending, all of those groups are like sending ships there, then we might find like a control or something there.
Master key.
Yeah. I need to just turn it all off.
Two birds with one stone. If they've done this to Yua, it's possible that there are many others like her.
Probably, yeah. There were a lot of people in the organization when I left, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Ideas, plans, must discuss with Nyx.
We have a lot to do.
lots of circles and underlines and a tiny stick figure drawing of Yua.
I think Hana looks at you like, how are you multitasking so well? Like you're drawing like 50 things at once and like you're like inspecting the gun and it's pretty impressive.
When you are part of a collective and have many different people in your mind at once, you learn to compartmentalize things, separate things out. It is difficult at first, and the sheer volume can be intimidating, but surround yourself with hundreds, and Ward will just like make a whole ton of tentacles. And you'll get used to it.
You really are incredible, Ward.
And I think, oh yes, she also can't quite tell if she's been there or if she has firsthand knowledge, but she seems to have some information on the planet that you previously mentioned, the one where we found the FTL technology. There is a great sense of fear about that planet. Why so? We weren't able to determine, but that may be another point of interest to keep in mind.
Yeah, that might have something to do with Leap's like overall plan, maybe. Whatever they're trying to do.
Yes. Many
They're like
facets.
transporting a bunch of stuff to their headquarters, right? Like they're transporting things, we just don't know what. So that might, I don't know, they might be like transporting materials or something for whatever their plans are.
Can find out just a few more details, then everything will come together. But as it is,
Maybe
a
we
shot in
should
the
see if we
dark.
can get our hands on one of those transport ships, maybe.
Hijacking.
Yeah.
Very fun.
Hijack it and then go to their headquarters in one of their ships.
And then,
And we'll also see what they're transporting
yes,
in that ship, so
sabotage?
it'd be a good way to sneak in.
Interesting. Possibilities.
Yeah. But there's also the question of what do those monsters have to do with it? And why do they show up when we shoot this gun? And what do they have to do with the black holes?
Is
That's
it the
like
same
an
monster?
entirely different thing.
Are
I
there
don't-
multiple monsters?
I don't know. Like, has there been anything on the news about like monsters showing up after that black hole explosion,
I will say
or like has
no.
Hua told us anything?
There hasn't been any. You guys have probably been watching closely just to see if it happens, and there hasn't been any reports of like monsters loose in the city, but there is like a pretty widespread confusion about what everybody heard in their heads,
Hmm.
which is mostly citywide, I think. A lot of people are saying it's like what's that thing where it's like a mass hallucination or something? Something like that.
Mandela effect?
Yeah, or like I don't want to say like mob mentality, but everybody's like, did I hear that? And then maybe people are like, maybe I heard that too, you know? And then everybody's like, yeah, I definitely heard that, even if they're not really sure if they did. But there's definitely people who probably did hear it because you guys did.
I don't know. I was thinking maybe they were like using the lives of people or like animals to power like the guns or like the weaponry they're making, but I don't know what that has to do with like the tentacle monsters. Or if they're like turning people into those to I don't know. It's a lot.
Much to think about.
'Cause like on that ship we had gone on, like that IKEA guy, was he like he was on the ship at the same time as the monster, so it seems like they have some sort of way to control them maybe or something. I don't
Let's
know.
find more of these weapons.
I don't know if finding more weapons is a good idea. Oh, I suppose getting them out of their hands is probably a good idea.
The more
but
we have, the less they have.
yeah. And right now we just have one. But it seems like they already have the means to make bombs with them, which is worrying. But like imagine if they have like a ship outfitted with these or a mech outfitted with these. That would not be good for
Easily
us.
ruin our escape plan or our mechs. Or who knows if they get
Or just like any city they attack. Like I don't know
Yeah.
what sort of countermeasures there are to that.
something big enough.
If they decide to just like attack a main city and just blow everything up, then
Take a whole planet down.
yeah. I don't know. Maybe these monsters are from like that planet, that Earth-like planet.
Shh.
It's like their home world. Maybe I don't know. But this was a very depressing talk, Ward. Thank you.
We hope it helped.
It got rid of. It gave me more.
Ward very meticulously closes up all of their notebooks and
And
stuffs them into their mouth and helps put the gun away.
very carefully put the gun away.
Yes.
I guess we got to roll some dice then.
I think I'm
Do
the
we,
only
like-
one who rolls.
Yeah, just
the
Ward.
one- Yeah. How do
Can I use this as cutting
indulge?
loose with Ward too?
Sure, if you want to use your action for that.
because I do need to cut loose anyway. So.
Okay.
Do we like roll more dice if we have more
Yes,
relationship with them?
you do. You roll however many ticks you have.
Well,
Okay.
that gives me 4 now, I guess. Or I guess I would need to roll 3 for now.
All of them.
All of them. How many do you have with him right now?
Or I had 3. Doing this with him would give me 4. So do I roll 3 now or?
Doing that with him would give you 4, so I think you would roll 4.
I would roll 4. Okay.
And at 4,
okay.
some stuff happens.
Oh no.
Not bad stuff. See if I can find it. By 6.
So I just take the
6.
highest
So you
from
take
this.
the highest.
So I
Yeah.
take 4. Okay. I
Oh,
still
that's
have
perfect. That
1.
clears me out.
Okay.
I still have 1 stress, but that's fine probably.
Are they going to tell me where Cutting Loose is, or do I have to find
Nope.
it myself?
Gotta find it.
Going to throw up. I'm just gonna look for it. Cut Loose.
What happens from cutting loose?
Here it is. Found it. If the connection clock fills, okay, so was it just Hana's whose connection clock filled up
Yes.
to 4?
I'm at 2
Okay.
ticks.
So, Hana, you can ask Ward for a truth about one belief you have about them.
I have not been doing those.
So you need to ask
Um,
him, yeah, basically like ask him about maybe something about Ward and about what your character believes about them.
let's see.
What thoughts do you have on the squid one?
On the good one. I think he would ask you if you ever get tired of being part of a hive mind, like if you would ever want to leave that and just do your own thing, like on your own, ever.
Mm. We don't think so. While it can be difficult being surrounded by others and constantly having multiple minds to interact with, there is a set distance to which we are allowed to communicate with one another. So when you get away from the larger towns, it does quiet down a bit. And honestly, having lived as part of a whole, don't know if we could ever truly cut ourselves off. Being alone with your own thoughts is somewhat scary. That's
I can understand that.
it's the beauty of collective is always having someone there in case you need it.
But on the other hand, if you ever need privacy, can you truly get it?
It's
I'm sure there are things that you would want to keep to yourself, no? Or is that like just like inherently not something that you do? Or like something that's a part of you?
it's not something that we generally think about because everything is always public to begin with. There's no real reason to keep secrets, and whether good or bad, we all come together to help each other deal with any sort of setbacks or accomplishments that may come our way. So, as we have mentioned before, and I can't remember the quote. Something shared pain is shared strength, or something like that, where just because something bad happens to you doesn't mean that you have to handle it on your own. We all live for each other and are there to help deal with problems. And similarly, if one test happens to find success, then again, all of us are there to share in that success.
So this may sound a bit well, are you angry at the Tess who have sort of pulled away, or do you wish to bring them back in, or it seems like they've sort of chosen their own path of separating from the hive mind? Are you okay with them just never coming back, or is like part of your goal trying to get them to come back?
That is difficult to say, but as a hive mind, we are strongest together, and obviously losing members is unavoidable, whether it be by natural causes or by exertion. Ideally, we would love to see everyone come back. But we do understand that the worlds out there have different viewpoints on things. The people, the factions, the other beings have their different opinions. We have our own, and realistically, our views are shared. But with time and with different relationships, the others can be swayed. They can see things in a different light. Whether they decide to act on that or not, see, this becomes difficult. When does one stop being part of the hive mind? But at any rate, we would like to see, if they are willing, we will welcome them back. But if they pose a threat, then they must be dealt with.
Interesting. Well, it's been very eye-opening, and perhaps there are some aspects of your people that we would be better off emulating.
We hope it made more sense.
There isn't that much of a sense of togetherness, I think, amongst others.
Cool.
Hey.
Look at you. When you guys filled up your first relationship clock. So
And
for
before
Anna, that'll-
everyone fills a clock with me this session, because
it's
I
just-
feel like
it's
Nick
just-
is at 3 with me too.
Yeah.
Yep,
pretty
I'm
sure.
agree with everyone. And
Amazing.
I need to get rid of some stress, so I am definitely
You will be asking questions.
yeah.
So yeah, when
Down one reward.
you what?
I down one reward.
Yeah, because you guys messed up watching the movie.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, for Hana, that 4 goes back to 1.
Okay.
And you would be writing a new belief based on what Ward just told you.
Okay.
And whenever Ward or whenever you want to help Ward or Ward want to help you, I don't remember which way it goes, it would just be a normal 1 stress thing.
Okay.
I think that's when you want to help
Yes,
them.
when Hana helps Ward. Because it depends on
Yeah.
how many ticks you have with that person.
Right. Great. Okay. I think that the 2 of you are done then for that. Then I can move on to Rio. Maybe you can fix your shit.
Yeah, so I'm just walking around, arms dangling. And I'm like, huh. I need to fix this so I can, like, I don't know, use my hands and do some engineering. I would do air quotes, but I can't lift my arms. I also can't lift my arms to fix my arms. I'm gonna need to find somebody.
Ward is right there.
Ward is right there. Ward can help.
I do the Will Smith red carpet.
Yes.
At Ward.
I find Ward. I'm like, hey, buddy.
Hello.
How's it going?
Do you require assistance?
Well, you could say that. No. I could totally fix my own arm, except I just need my arms for that.
Quite the conundrum
I
you
don't
find
know if
yourself
there's anything
in.
you could do to I don't know, can you like pop one of them back in or something?
We can
I don't know, both.
see what we can do. And Ward will spit out their first aid kit and
A little slimy.
get
Is that sanitary?
Everything is hermetically sealed. Do not worry.
Inside you?
Yes.
Okay.
He just has to open up the Ziploc baggie.
Yes. So I can engineer, and I get plus 1d for engineering while healing. Boink. 6.
5, 5, 6. Look at that.
There you go.
6 does a bunch of stuff. Where's the thing where it says? Here we go. Here we go. All right. With a 6, you can fill 3 segments of your healing clock. I don't think quite covers it yet for you.
4. So I got a full clock.
Oh, great.
Go
2. Yes, I think that brings a 3 down to a 2.
4 arms. Cool.
Yeah, so now it's no longer dislocated, but damn, that shit still hurts.
Huh. Well, thanks, Ward. I think I got it from here.
Do be careful. It may still be sore.
Oh, it's no big deal. I slap myself on the arm and then I just
Wince in pain.
Dislocates again.
Just immediately pops out of the socket.
Yeah, I can fix it from here.
With duct tape?
Certainly not with any of that Gorilla Glue.
A duct tape
Damn.
sling.
Duct tape sling?
Please.
It would be so sticky. All right. Great. Cool. You're a little bit fixed up. We can move on maybe to does Nyx have things she needs to do?
Yeah. Well, I no longer have any harm, so I only need to deal with my stress. Now, who will be the lucky person?
Ward.
So many to choose from. All of them in the same ending. God, I can't believe you have 3 with everybody. That's so funny.
Everyone just does Ward today. Ward
Amazing.
is popular.
We just pass Ward around the party.
We just like keep going to Ward's room.
Ward
I
never
will
gets
keep-
a chance to go into his room because he finishes with me. He's like about to go back to his room, but then Rio.
He's like, hey, I need some help. And
I
then
see
after
Rio
that,
leaving, and I'm like, wait, are you done with Ward? Because I need to talk to them too. And I immediately go, hey,
Yes, hello.
are you busy? Do you have some time?
We just finished helping Rio, so sure.
I see you're very popular today.
Yes, it seems so. What
Uh,
can we help you with?
well, I don't know. I mean, last mission was kind of a lot. There were so many things happening. I have so many questions for Hannah, but that those can wait for later, I guess. I don't know. I just need to do something to take the edge off. Have you? Well, I mean, last time you had a good time with uh the movies, right? And then the VR simulation,
Yes.
right? So more human things for you. What should we do next? Wait,
You are the human.
have,
You tell us.
wait. Do your people have you ever had drugs?
get Ward high.
Do those drinks count?
I mean, in a way, I guess, but not really. You know, they're kind of like we separate them in a different category.
In
But I
that
see your point.
case, probably not. Our sustenance does not quite lend itself to the consumption of drugs quite well.
Well, I got the perfect treat for you today. I am certain that Nix will have some recreational drugs on her person at any given time.
Oh, good, yeah.
So she'll hand over some pills. You know, these are great. These are designer. You will not be feeling once you come down, you'll still feel fine. They don't hit as hard. They're just, to help you have a good time. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna take some of that, and then we're just gonna hop on VR and just mess around for a while.
Whoa. Exciting.
So let me just. Do you have any preference for where you wanna go? Where you wanna go next?
Mm,
Anything interesting? I'm sure I can find a simulation for whatever you want.
this may seem odd because we can float, but do you have any flying things?
Oh, yeah. I can just make a few little mods to this like flight simulation program that I have, and it can be like we're just flying with no plane, no nothing, no ship.
Excellent.
So I guess I'll uh load up some flight simulation and just like try to overlay it with like a view of the city. So it's gonna be just like a flying trip around the buildings and whatever the hell uh this city looks like.
Nice. Yeah, it's like I imagine the simulations are probably a little bit prettier than what it looks like in real life.
Yeah, and also like the drugs are just like enhancing the experience.
Yeah, just so many
Oh,
colors,
yes.
but in a nice way.
Yeah. And it helps with masking the lack of sensation from, it being a simulation. Your brain just
Sometimes
fills in the blanks.
you drop a little like in the simulation and your body like actually thinks that you're dropping. So like your
Oh,
heart
no.
jumps. But you're
It's
actually
like,
fine.
do you feel the wind?
It feels so
You feel it?
real.
I know, right? And I guess we'll just go around doing nothing for like a couple hours. So, how was that? How do you feel?
We feel. You know, that feeling when you're stuck out in the rain for a really long time and your skin gets all soggy?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like that, but we're dry.
Yeah. That's great. I don't actually like standing out in the rain.
And we're just like
It,
spins around a bunch, like very, very dog-like, like attempting to get
okay.
dry, but board is definitely not wet.
Nix just like starts laughing. It's like, yeah, I see you're having a great time. You get it. And I guess this will just like continue until we start coming down, and then I'll just like uh slowly phase us out of this whole thing. Well, I had a great time. Feeling a little more rested now.
That was certainly a unique experience.
Yeah. I mean, I'm all for helping you try new things. I guess helping all of you and I like gesture vaguely um try new things. They don't- well, you all get everything.
Yes, we are certain that they will enjoy the experience as well.
That's so cool. It's like I feel like I'm adding to a giant database of well experiences, knowledge. Like there's only one of you here, but it's also
But it's
all of you.
all of us. Yes.
Yeah. Well, I'll I guess I'll start thinking about what to do next time. I need to come up with something more interesting.
So many things still left to do.
I guess I'll roll my stuff just to check. I mean, I cannot go over my stress right now, so
I roll 3 dice. 3 dice.
oh wait, I rolled 3.
Yes.
Wait, fuck. Okay.
4, 4,
Eh,
4.
Or
Just do the first 3. Yeah.
all the
yeah.
fours.
Okay. This is
Damn, that's
fine.
6 though. 4, 4, 4. Got so much to choose from.
Yeah, all very different.
Um. Actually, wait. You're right. I think you do roll 4, don't you? How much
I
did Hannah
rolled
roll?
4 earlier.
Yeah, you do get that 6. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I'm at 0 stress for the first time in I don't know how fucking long. Look at that.
Yeah, look at that. And you can ask Ward a question. Ask the target pilot for a truth about one belief you have about them.
Okay. So I guess Ward,
Yes.
about my beliefs. Me thinking right now.
Please.
Jesus.
Everyone did a great job doing their beliefs.
Totally forgot about the belief.
Nope, gotta keep doing those.
I did that like the first few times.
Yeah,
and
you looked
then-
like you caught up a little bit on them.
Yeah, I did like most of them. I just kind
And
of
you just
forgot
didn't
to
do
keep.
any of them
yeah.
for Ward except for the first one.
Yeah.
This is fine.
Everybody, whenever you cut loose, you have to do a new belief of that person you cut loose with.
Yeah, the
Every
problem
time.
is that I need to set myself a reminder to do it the next day.
I really need to like
Because-
remind you guys like on chat or something so you like think about it.
Yeah,
But
just
I also
need to write it
forget.
once.
That's the
That-
secret.
yeah.
I've never cut loose except for just now. So
Holy
I
shit.
only have to
Now
do
you'll
one.
have
Yes.
one.
But everyone has
Cut loose with
I
you.
love this as like the thought of everyone is overinvested in Ward, and Ward is like interesting.
Okay.
War's just vibing.
Yeah. Okay. I guess Ward, do you ever like think about, I don't know, do you have like thoughts of your own?
You fucking think.
I mean, I just do you the way you think. I don't know. I mean, I kind of get it in like a broad sense. Like I know that you share a conscience with like all of your people, but I don't really get it, you know? Because
Well-
there's me.
In
So
a way,
what is that like?
it is. There are different ways that the collective shares thoughts with each other. Generally, when we are in range, it's like an open two-way channel. If we were to go downtown and there were some other tests in the area, then we would all just our thoughts would just mingle with one another. We could outwardly and specifically communicate to certain other tests if we so desired, but this also happens passively in the background. However, when we are not in range, we can imagine, for example, here at the theater, with no other tests around, then our thoughts are our own for the time being.
Oh.
The great sharing would happen.
I hear gaps on all those words.
Yes. Not necessarily what it's called, but what the words we are deciding to use currently. I, the player, am forgetting if I gave it a proper title or not.
I don't think you did.
Should be the great sharing.
It is now the great sharing.
Great
Sounds
sharing
good.
in the
It
sky.
sounds cooler
Great
in
sharing
their
in the sky.
language.
Yes.
Yeah, when you just like think about it, you know, in terms of like telepathic vibes, it sounds so
In
much
like
cooler.
abstract thoughts.
It's
Yeah.
much cooler and abstract.
Yeah.
Oh, I called it refresh, but
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
Um, the
That's cool.
the leader of the hive mind is known to outsiders as the Regent Tess. They are the one who controls when all of us sync up with one another, when our thoughts are combined and spread out amongst everyone, so that all know what we know. And when that happens, then everyone gets Award ponders for a moment. It's you could think of it as like a system update. You
Oh.
you're
Oh.
you're
Yeah.
you're being
Okay.
patched into everyone else's new thoughts that weren't there from the last update.
Okay, yeah, no, okay. I think I get it now. You guys are just like a bunch of computers on the same network. It's
Yes.
just sometimes you don't get to communicate at the same time and have to wait for the update. Yeah, okay, okay.
Precisely.
That's fascinating actually. But you do get to have your own thoughts. That's nice.
For a period of time until the next update, then they become everyone's thoughts. And then we have our own thoughts again. And then the update. So for we periodically have our own thoughts.
Well, that's great. I hope the collective is enjoying the thoughts that you're sending about all of this.
They take great joy in seeing all of these new and different things that you are showing us.
That is the greatest compliment you could have given me.
You
I
cannot
was
even imagine how many there are of us who enjoy in your sharing.
I'm so happy right now. You should tell them to watch my stream. Well, I guess if one of you
Like,
does,
subscribe.
then all of you do.
It
But you know, if
it is
you all
efficient like
tune in,
that.
that gives me numbers. So
We
also,
have
I wonder
to.
what it feels like if like 20 of you are watching the same thing at the same time and are within range of each other.
Oh,
That's gonna be trippy.
it gets very complicated.
You guys should do it for science
It's
and you know helping me.
bump the algorithm.
Yes, I've been since we've been very busy. I haven't had time to stream so regularly, and I see my numbers dropping. So I've been getting some calls. Sponsors aren't that happy.
There should be time soon. Sure, we
Nice.
are sure you will find an opportunity to please the people paying you.
Thanks. You're so helpful, Ward.
We try our best.
Well, I hope you have a nice rest of your day and that no one bothers you. You know what? I'll tell everyone to give you some time to yourselves.
It has been a very, very busy day.
All right, I'll leave you to it.
Ward will float off towards their room.
Nix just like sends a message on local comms to Frio and Hannah like, do not fucking bother work. They are resting today.
Give
Amazing.
that squid is R&R.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Speaking of Ford, because Hannah already did hers for
Yes.
first downtime action. That means it's back to Ward for number 2.
And Ward has no stress, so it's time for drive clocks.
Here we go.
Drive clocks. What am I doing? I'm doing research on their rogue mechs. I found... What did I find? So, they're mechs from the Theocracy. They have some phase capabilities. And proof of concept of the phase capabilities. Are the coordinates that I found? These are not the same coordinates as the leap solar system, right? Or
They're
are
not, but
they?
they're not, but they're nearby.
They're nearby.
So like
Okay.
in an adjacent system.
Adjacent system. Okay. Let's see. Is there more stuff to find out about them, or is it time to start swerving to information about the solar system?
I think it's up to you, really. By them, do you mean the rogues, or do you mean...
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, the rogues and or their mechs.
Okay. I would say there's probably still more you could find out about them.
Okay.
Maybe not necessarily their mechs, but
Yeah. I'll see if I can find connections between them and these solar systems, I guess. Since clearly they went there to get this technology for their mechs, so there must be some sort of like log somewhere that I can find that details maybe when they went there or something.
Mm-hmm.
See if I can get like a timeline. Yeah. Okay. We'll do the computer thing, so that will be more engineering.
Go crazy.
Go. Yeah!
X, you're doing this to me tonight.
Yes, I am.
All right. I think that gives you 3 ticks, right?
Gives
On
me...
a long-term project.
I'm 2 ticks away.
Yes, three segments. Okay. So, since you rolled a 6, I can be pretty specific. Is there something you want to know? So you want to know like a timeline of what they
Like
when they started communicating with the Theocracy and when they got the mechs, or like when they went rogue, or how exactly do you want to start?
I think because this is in the context of the mechs, it would be when they like when they made contact with them and when they got these mechs, and if there was like if there's details on when they went to this solar system that I've found out about.
Mm-hmm. I will say when you do your digging, you find out that like kind of like last time, a lot of the information that you get isn't from like the theocracy themselves. They usually don't tend to share a lot of their information, or at least when they do share, it's not like on the internet. It's like word of mouth kind of thing.
Okay.
So a lot of the information that you get when you're researching this stuff is like from a third party. But even though the information, because it's from a third party, may not necessarily be the most accurate in the world, this I guess like a site that like goes on about how they're like doing like anthropology work. So they're like integrating themselves within a Pyron community, I guess. You like find the site of this person like detailing like all of this stuff about what they say through word of mouth and things. And there's like an article like in their like blog where they talk about how this was maybe dated maybe like a year or so ago. Where they talk about how they've successfully integrated themselves into this community, um, um, and have been taking a lot of notes. And one day, a group of, I believe I said was there 5 of them or was there 4 of them?
There was
I don't
4 in
remember.
total, so there was the rival plus 3
Plus 3.
underlings.
Okay. So they say that at one point, 3, not 3, God, we just said 4 tests show up at this community. And this person, this anthropologist is kind of like didn't get like all of the information, but they were, 1, very surprised to see tests here. And 2, what they did end up overhearing was that like these tests were looking for someone who could supply them with mechs who had a similar mindset as them. And brain is losing it. Where did I write? There was something. Hang on. Because you get a 6, I guess this person got a lot of this conversation written down in their blog.
Oh, wow. How convenient.
Their
Wow,
blog.
look at that in their blog, their anthropology blog. Um, this person details this conversation going from, we need someone who has a like mind as us. It says the test, specifically the one that you had or had been like a proclaimed leader, the one that you've kind of been watching for a while. Saying that they need someone who's of like mind of them, who would supply them with mechs so they can fulfill their duty or whatever. And this community was hesitant because they're like, you're not like part of our faction, so why would we help you even though you say that we're like-minded? What does that mean? And these tests, they're like, believe me, you are like-minded. Just like us. We believe in the same goals. And this like community is very like, the leaders of this community are very confused. They're like, I don't know what you're saying. And this person running the blog, they're like, okay, this is not getting anywhere. And they leave the room and they come back in maybe a couple days later, and it almost seems like that whatever these 2 parties were arguing about, they've come to a conclusion and they do in fact agree upon whatever they believe in. It seems to be the same thing, though they do note that the leaders of this Pyron community, their mindsets whenever they speak to the tests, and however they speak normally has been changed. And when they speak to the test, they almost have this kind of haze that comes over them. Like they're not really paying attention to the words that are coming out of their mouths. Not like they're drugged or anything. The test, this person concludes that the test did not drug them with a very long like section, like a dissertation type section of like it being like, here's a reason why it wouldn't be drugged. And they get a very uncomfortable, to you anyways, a very uncomfortable conclusion that perhaps these tests are using their telepathic communication to like manipulate these leaders into giving them what they want. Even weirder that like these religious figures who work for this or who lead this community, they almost seem to have like shifted their faith. Like they've moved from what a Pyron strives for in their religion is progress, and it's moving towards, they say, moving towards the stars and expanding and seeing more of things and just understanding more of the universe. These people, they've instead of like actively worshiping the stars and the universe itself, they seem to have focused very narrowly on the same thing that these tests have you heard them talk about, their directive, their their leader. They seem to have agree that that's much more important than the universe, than the galaxy. By way of however the tests have manipulated them into believing such way.
Interesting. They just waltz in there. All of a sudden, this community is under their thumb, their tentacle.
Maybe they put them in a new hive mind.
Yeah.
Maybe something to do with that planet?
Plausible
the
that there
weird
might be
vibes.
some third party at work here. Like, been above the, or whatever the Tess are worshipping. Or seeking, I guess. That been affected the Pyron people.
Yeah, I think you would also know, like, I don't know, maybe this is a question for you, but do tests themselves like find that they are in any way religiously or spiritually connected to the hive mind, or is that just like this is just my community? I mean, this is how I interact with people socially.
Perhaps not in a religious sense, but definitely there's definitely a sense of reverence and respect for the greater hive mind and the Regentess.
Okay.
It's because that's like their leader.
Mm-hmm. So I think another thing you notice is when this guy is like detailing how these rogue tests communicate. It's that they almost present themselves. They present this entity that's giving them their motivation, their orders, I guess. Not how a normal test speaks of the hive mind of the Regent test at all. These rogue tests, while they do give this leader entity reverence, it's much more than that. It's almost like if they go against whatever this thing says, then they like need to be like shamed for like eternity, stuff like that. It's a lot of like Catholic guilt kind of
Oh.
things. um, yeah, it definitely feels significantly more religious when they speak about whatever they are, um, whatever they've converted these Epiron people to believing in.
Hmm. Very different. That seems like such a drastic 180. This would be very confusing to Ward because he would think that if a test were to want to leave the hive mind, that they would aim for independence rather than another hive mind. But on the other hand, hive mind is what they know. So going for another hive mind would make sense. But something so this seems it's just so opposite of how the normal test hive mind is.
Mm-hmm.
Just very nonsensical to them.
Yeah, you probably find it particularly strange that, like, why would a test leave a hive mind to enter a different hive mind? Like,
Yeah.
what's so different about the one that we're in right now?
And the fact that the rogue test talked about independence and thinking on their own, and yet goes to another hive mind that is very religious based and seems to focus entirely on the will um, of whoever is leading it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, even when like they speak, like this anthropologist like notes down that they say I, they say me. They use the first person often. Like, I want this. I want you to help us. Um, like I want to um appease my leader because this is what I've decided I want to do. Like that kind of thing. But like it's even weirder like that. And it gets really hazy because like when they were talking to these religious leaders, when the religious leaders ended up deciding to agree with them, they changed in some way. Like that sort of I want to help now is maybe not really an I at all.
Okay. We want to help. I, plural, want
Our
to
help.
help. Our help. Amazing. We will please the leader. Okay. Okay.
Cool. You bookmark this anthropology blog. See if they
Yes.
have any updates.
Yes.
Yeah, great. Awesome. Hope that helped. Hey, we can move on then to Rio. Gosh, you want to do?
My arm's still hurt.
Yeah,
Please.
yeah. Very true.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go to like where we keep all our medical supplies. Start poking around, seeing what looks like it could probably treat a sore arm. Huh. No, there's some pain relievers, an ice pack,
Okay.
fresh roll of duct tape.
Just all by yourself?
Yeah, all by myself.
Okay.
That's gonna be I'm part robot. I can engineer that.
Let me look. Hang on a second. If you attempt to heal yourself, okay. You do not have the doctor ability. And you have the doctor ability, so what happens if you
The
Okay, I guess you
doctor
just
the doctor ability allows you to roll engineer instead of rolling healing.
Okay, so I guess you just roll healing. Just go crazy then.
But because I have the doctor ability, you get a +1d. Because everyone gets +1d to healing.
Oh, no matter what?
Yes, as long as someone has doctor.
Alright, well then I guess you just take this 5 then.
Yeah.
Which I believe gives you 2 ticks. Yes. 2 segments on your healing clock. So you're getting there.
Getting there.
Everyone in your crew. Wow, that's nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
My arms are still sore, but I'll take what I can get.
That ice pack, that icy hot's really doing its job. Great. Okay. Nyx, what's up?
Me.
You.
I am no longer stressed. I have no injuries, and I don't think there's anything wrong with my mech for once.
Oh, just a perfect player. Perfect pilot.
I am perfectly fine. Normal.
You're normal.
Right. Next. Normal.
Like and subscribe for more normal content.
Please. No. Okay. Is there anything like in Blades that we need to fix for like the crew in general?
Not really. 'Cause we don't have like layer stuff. Oh, have we been? No, because no. Well, do we have heat?
Yeah, that's
No,
kind of
there's
what I was thinking. There's
not really
no-
any heat in this game.
Okay,
Oh, okay, cool.
so we're fine then. And work on your
Imagine that.
drive,
Yeah, you got any of that?
unless you
Got any
wanna
drive shit?
I
hire
guess
another fleshing.
You could
what
hire,
are we
yeah,
gonna
you could
use
hire
a
another
flashlight for?
fleshing. You could build shit if you wanted to. I don't know.
Build shit. I guess I might as well start working on my drive now that I've been talking to Ward.
For all this time.
6 sessions in or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'll
9
start.
sessions in.
Yeah, I guess I'll start digging, just compiling some of the information that Ward has given me about like organic tech, and start working on some new code for my little friend.
Oh yeah.
So
What's its name again?
please. I have not looked at this in 10,000 years, so
The best name.
did I not name them?
Oh,
Yeah,
you
you did.
didn't.
Oh,
So you did.
yeah, so do I.
Thought
I'm
it
trying
was.
to fucking remember.
Isn't it the fucking Aespa Nevis? Here it is. Wait. Oh no, that's your name. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's my that's the streamer
That's
name.
your streamer
Please.
name.
Me. Okay, let me. Clearly, this is what I was intending to do tonight.
Yes.
I was prepared, guys.
Very.
Damn. We'll figure it out later.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I guess I'll start working on some new code. And did I ask Ward to like get me some information?
Yeah, that was like
To
the first
discuss
time
with
we
the
cut loose, I
test.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys were like talking nerdy shit about what you're interested in.
Yeah, since I don't want to go bother Ward again, I'll assume some of that information has made its way to me at some point.
Yeah, they probably sent you like a little file of all their notes with a smiley
Yeah,
face
yeah.
or something.
A lot of drawings, stick
Yes.
drawings, stick
Stick
figures.
figures.
Yeah, they're all like scans of all of his stick figure drawings, all of their stick figure drawings.
I will now wonder if this is a sign of individuality or if the collective just likes drawing stick figures.
Are they all like this?
They're all like this. So, what am I gonna be fucking rolling for this? Like,
It depends on, I guess, how you want to go about what you're trying to do.
since I am starting, I guess. I mean, I don't have any engineering for this shit. Why did I pick this?
If you're
I'll
doing
start-
like coding and stuff, you could certainly do
I'll
interface.
just start with like interface, just by trying to alter some of the code to attempt to make it play nice with
Mhm.
the kind of interface that Ward's been talking about.
Mhm.
And then I'll guess in the future I'll just have to ask someone to help me with
Sure.
the
Fine.
actual hardware.
The cells.
The good old hardware versus software.
Yeah.
6.
Okay. The duality here.
Okay.
Amazing.
All right, so yes. Okay, so let me ask you what your like end goal is.
For right now, or for
For
like...
right now. For like, so if we were saying like whatever you're doing right now is like a long-term project, what do you want to have this be?
I wanna alter the code of this AI in a way that might help me bond it to like an organic interface. I just wanna like start preparing it for it before we start working on the actual body, I guess.
Okay. Okay. I will fucking cat. What?
Meow.
Oh my god.
Hi.
Can you even hear him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really? Oh my god.
Vaguely.
Loud animal. I'm the only one here, so he has to scream at me.
That's
Yeah, I
fine.
will say I'll say this like project here that you're doing is going to be like 4 steps, and then when you finish that, you can add a tick to your drive clock.
Nice.
So with a 6, you can get 3 ticks for the long-term project.
All right.
And you're futzing around with the code of maybe like just like one section of your little friend. Maybe you like isolated it and like trying to like figure out how to like make it like I think like the biggest thing that you find trouble with is like trying to convert code of like computers, like the ones and zeros, into like DNA, which is like 4 variables instead of just 2. So like you have to like kind of contend with that, and don't fucking at me about software. I don't know shit about it.
Yeah,
it's the
we
future. I
don't
can
care.
play whatever I want.
We don't care.
Amazing.
I think with the 6, you figure out how to make synthetic code compatible with organic code. You kind of have to like get into like the nitty gritty next, and it's like, all right, I gotta figure out like how I can like fucking make amino acids using ones and zeros, and then make proteins, and then make the proteins do the things that the cells do. And it's a lot of like, how the fuck does biology work?
I did not go to med school.
I don't know how this shit works. A lot of Googling. I try to figure all this shit out. But with the 6, you've gotten through quite a bit of this. I think with just like another session of like really digging into how this stuff works, you'll figure out how to not only make these 2 types of almost opposite codes interact, but to make them work in harmony. So you can use them for later stuff. And make like maybe a little nasty flesh AI or something.
All right. So
Oh,
we'll say this was
okay.
progress.
Yeah, for sure.
And we will figure out the rest during the week. This is fine.
All right, cool. Let's go move on to Hana then. She got to do.
I don't know.
Nothing.
I think she wants to try to figure out how to safely permanently disable that chip in her head. Is that something I could do without actually like knowing the specifics of the chip?
Oh, you said chip. I thought you said ship, and I'm like, how's there a ship inside? Huh?
The chip.
The chip. You would probably have to like do. I'll just say right off the bat, because Hana has experienced not only with Blood Moon, but also with Jovengel, and you know that the Jovengelian Empire, they don't do synthetics unless like it's their mechs and like machinery, like it's very, they only use like a machinery and synthetic um, material when they like absolutely have to. Everything else is organic. I mean, you would know this. You have like new like biotic or biomedic, fucking, what is the word that I'm thinking of? Biological like attachments to your body. You have a tail and ears. um you know, so you could probably guess just by yourself that like whatever is in Yu's head is not synthetic. But if you wanted to do more research on how to permanently turn it off, then you can like make that a project or something.
Yeah, I'll do a project on that.
Okay.
Just like chip research.
Sure. Chip research.
How many ticks should this be?
You're trying to like actually figure out how to disable it?
Yeah.
I will say 8.
8. And then I will ask my scientist friend to help me, and I'll do it with her.
Cool.
I guess I'll do study for this.
Sure.
And I'll look spend one of our points or whatever to get an extra dice.
Okay. Personnel, because you're having a friend help you.
Yes.
Oh,
6.
God, y'all, stop rolling sixes.
All the
We all
sixes.
rolled a 6.
I love how you're rolling sixes now, where I have to pull shit out of my ass,
Yeah.
and not where you won't die. Yeah, you and your scientist doctory friend get together. Let me fucking. What do they do?
I just said she was a scientist.
Just science.
It's very vague.
Is it Oh, is it one of your group members or is it someone else?
Yeah, it's one of the group members.
Okay. Oh yeah, I see.
Autumn.
Autumn. Yep. Um. Yeah. So you guys get together. Maybe you like um pull her aside in like the practice room of your company, and you're like, "Hey."
I need to talk to you when we finish.
she's like, "Yeah, sure. Um. You probably just like sit down with her and like ask her a bunch of questions. And I think what she ends up telling you for the most part is she's. I just closed out of your thing and I need to open it up again to look at it. What does she fucking do? She's okay. She's EXO. She'll say, I don't have like a whole lot of experience working with technology from Joe Miguel. It's kind of foreign to me because I don't know how biology works. The thing that they do over there, the way they make like machines and organism and like um factories and stuff out of like organisms is beyond me. Um, However, I do know a little bit of how the human body works. Um, and if there is a way, maybe, I suppose it wouldn't be so far out of Jovengel's reach to uh, create some sort of organic chip or organism that maybe itself is alive, that you can implant into somebody, sort of like a I don't, maybe as like the person is a host for this thing. Um, I suppose it could work in such a way that it reads like the person's nervous system, because the nervous system is also electricity. And if you say that it has been or it can be disabled by an EMP, then
Yeah, I was just about to say if it's like an organism then.
yeah, it would have to be some type of organism that relies very heavily on electricity. And then she thinks for a second and she's like, doesn't your friend eat electricity?
Yeah, actually.
Hmm, that's interesting.
Huh.
I wonder if it's from the same uh, genus of species. Um,
Maybe.
you know, like not necessarily like that's a test inside her head, but maybe it's created from test DNA or something, and it uses electricity in it, and it sends signals to its command center about what exactly your friend is doing. And when I think about it, it's so small. I have a feeling that it wouldn't be able to tell very much information. about her to whoever is gathering the information. I have a feeling it would only be the electricity in her body. So her nervous system and maybe just tracking the movements and the brain signals of her body and how that moves through every part of her body. So I guess it would make sense where like she could, or like whoever's watching could like see how she moves and like what that looks like. But like
Yeah.
they wouldn't be able to hear or see what she's seeing. But all of her movements are probably tracked. And all of her I don't know if they probably can't read memories. I feel like that's a little too abstract. But I'm sure they could track changes in brain waves. Maybe track when like she sees something that's surprising or something that makes her happy or sad. Show how that is a difference in how her brain works.
Do you think this is something that could like harm her though, if they do detect any regularities from what they're expecting?
I'm not sure. I don't know much about organics or how, if what I theorize to be some sort of test DNA, I don't think they can themselves discharge electricity, the kind that they consume anyways. If they could, maybe that would be it, but I'm not sure. I'll have to do more research on it to see if you can find anything about organisms that blow up. I certainly
Right.
wouldn't put past Joe and Gal. They love their bombs
Yeah.
and their weapons, but
All right. Well, this is a good start. We can take a break here and come back to it in a couple of days.
cool. Yeah. No, this is super weird. I'm really interested in the thought process. So you'll get 3 ticks for that. 6.
Okay. 3 ticks. 5 more to go.
Nothing to worry about.
Just need a bunch more 6s.
Yep. um. Okay. Great. We can move on maybe to the last round of downtime stuff with Ward.
Still more.
One more, then we're done.
Hey, let's finish off my my drive.
Gotta just roll anything.
Um, let's see, because it's 3 drive clocks to get rid of a rival, right?
2
2
to change their fate.
change their fate. Why am I working on a 3rd?
Don't tell me. That's you.
Like change like a faction or something. That'd
Yeah,
be-
using 3 at once would change the fate of a faction. Or like a squad, I think.
So
Faction or a squad.
could I change all of the rogues? If I use 3.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
We just change all of Leap.
I think you would need more than that, since it's a multi-faction situation.
Okay.
I use 3 drive clocks to say, no more leap, please.
More leap.
Got it.
Okay, the end.
Okay, I will. Let's see.
New things and stuff.
guess since I'm getting... Ward is getting the sense that they are starting to reach the culmination of all of this research. So I guess we will just do a like triangulate everything, take all of the information that we have so far, see if we can piece it together and use it to either find some sort of way to track where they are or trace the mechs to some location, some place. And just to be sure that I finish the clock off, I will use a personnel or an extra dice. Oh,
It's stuff. Personnel for a long-term project.
okay. Take one personnel.
Sweet. Down Saber.
Here with +1. Okay. Cool.
You just needed one. Did you need just one? Oh no, you needed
no,
two.
I need 2. Yeah.
I don't think a 2's gonna cut it.
Dang.
Let me double check just to make sure. But I think a 3 and a 4. A 3, 4, 5. A 2, 2. Fix. Long-term project. Yeah, 1 through 3 is one segment. Oh my god.
Rip.
You're so close. But that does give you some information.
I get the tags,
Okay.
but not the location.
Yeah, pretty much. That's pretty much how it's gonna be, I think. You can let's see. Yeah, I mean a 1, a 2. You can using the information you've already gathered about what their mechs look like, maybe who manufactured them, where they've been. You can probably I'll say you like to put the personnel to use. You spend that personnel by as like credits or the money or whatever, and say I want to like someone to create tags for this, like these 4. I guess there's only. Did one of them die?
One of them was left behind when we blew
Yeah,
up the thing.
he's
Yeah. So there's actually only 3.
3 right now. Yeah. I say for like shits and giggles, you order 4 for
Just
the
in
for
case.
like yeah. You request tracking tags for like the specific serial numbers of each of their mechs. And those the information about those tags get to you pretty quickly. You get like an email, multiple emails, I guess, of each of them, and then you can like track where they've been. You probably have like some like sick holographic star map, you know,
Nice.
like in your base or whatever. And like if you like implement those fucking tracking tags onto the star map, you can see them visualized of everywhere they've been. But I would say because you just got a 2, you get them. But it takes some time to go through all the information and then actually understand what it means.
You've been doing a lot of travel over the past year.
Yeah, it's a lot of like this tracking data is like fucking like gigs of shit. They've done a lot. Terabytes of just travel.
Amazing.
But you're so close.
Soon.
Yes,
Hashtag
soon. In a month. We can move on, I guess, then to Rio. You got one more thing you can do. I think you can roll for your healing still.
I got just the thing.
Yeah.
So I'm in the med bay, and I find an industrial-sized vat of icy hot. And I take off the
Jeez.
lid.
Christ,
I chuck
that
it
bad.
aside, and I look
Jump
around,
in.
make sure no one's looking. Once I get the clear, I shove both my arms in there all the way up to the shoulder.
Okay, at least you didn't jump in.
I just wrap both my arms up with duct tape, and I walk out like nothing happened.
Something
Inside check.
about something about David's characters and vats of things
Yes.
and pools of stuff. All right, with a 4, that's 2 ticks. So I think that clears you, right? Or does it bring it down to 1? Yeah, it brings that down to 1.
Icy hot burns.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so
Fucking cat.
I just stink for days of icy hot.
Icy
Blech.
hot. Ugh.
Great, awesome. And so next time you take the heal action, that'll just be gone. Immediately.
Okay.
Which you could do now if you wanted to. You could spend material to just get rid of it right now.
Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I will mark that off, and you can get rid of that, your icy hot burns, and you're all healed and good to go.
Do I still stink though of icy hot?
Yeah, probably. I have no idea what icy hot smells like, but yeah, whatever it smells like, yeah.
Probably smells like fix.
Probably, yeah. It's just so like embedded into your skin. You just smell so medical.
Oh God,
You smell like a hospital. Why?
old folks home.
Yeah, for sure. Rio's got Werther's in his pockets.
No.
Dude, Werther's are great, okay?
They are great. Of Werther's.
Yeah, check Rio if you want any. He's got them. All right. Nix, you got one more?
I guess it is now time to hire some fleshings.
Yeah, do it.
Okay. We are hiring. What do we need?
I'm looking.
What did we skip out on? Because I think there's like 1 or 2 other categories.
Yeah.
We have the gang, and then we have a navigator scout. Is it like a spy or?
Do you need like a muscle? Is that what it is?
No,
I guess the gang probably works for
yeah,
that.
the gangs.
Yeah. Yeah.
We should look at our stats.
Navigator. Yeah. You gotta like actually find out where all this shit is. So they don't put it in the table of contents.
No, sulfur.
Do we have anyone with social skills?
I
I
have
have
2 sway,
one.
but that's it.
I have 1 sway, and that's it.
You could probably use like a better talker or more help.
We have Wreck and Struggle, right? We
Yeah, I have
have
struggle.
Interface and Engineer.
Hmm.
Dominic is our study survey.
Yeah, we might be lacking for social stuff the most.
Yo's our hunt. You have someone with finesse?
I don't have any.
Don't have any.
Rio doesn't have finesse.
So it looks like social and maybe stealth? Probably a spy type person?
Yeah. That seems
Sounds right.
useful. Yeah.
Okay. I don't remember how did we do it last time? Roll
That's a very good
for
question.
get a person.
The way it works in Blades is you roll a d6, and based on how high you roll is how good of a person you get. So if you get like a
Right.
1, it's a one-time. It's like a part-time job where the guy will leave after the next score. If it's a 2 or a 3, it's just like a gang. And then if it's a 4 or 5, it's like a specialist. And if it's a 6, it's like an elite specialist.
Yeah, okay. I see. Yeah.
So
I'll say if you want to roll more than one die, you can use material and or personnel for that. If you want a higher chance of getting a good dude.
Okay. We will do that then. Yes, no? Any objections?
Go for it.
go for it.
We'll get a guy. Get a guy.
Okay, we're gonna go.
Some guys.
Okay, so I am rolling. How many?
So you can start with 1, and if you want more than 1, then you can spend material and personnel to get more dice.
Okay, let's just go for 2.
2 seems safe.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are you spending to get a second one? You have 9
Personnel?
material and 4 personnel.
Probably
Material
use
then?
material.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we don't use our material.
This is fine, as long as you're in the single digits.
Ooh, okay.
5, good. Okay.
Swag.
So that's not it.
So fleshing
I just closed it
confirmed.
up. So fleshing confirmed. You'll get an elite fleshing.
Yes.
That does like spy behavior, social spy behavior,
Yes.
sneaking and socialing,
Yes.
or
All of the above.
all of the above. Okay. I'll just say spy. What do you which
we naming?
fleshing is this? Yeah.
Why are we
Oh.
naming our newest fleshing? What are the
They're
like
D
D
names?
names?
D names.
And then we added a K in front of.
I don't remember why we
K
did
apostrophe.
Dominic.
Because it was Dominic with a K, but then
But
Oh
then,
yeah, but
everyone
then
interpreted it the
yeah,
other way.
like with a Dominic.
Okay, so next one has to be the same.
Yeah, another K.
Something, yeah, a D word with a K.
So yeah,
Derek.
Kaderic?
Kaderic.
Do you want a girl of a feminine name, or do you want
So
a
I
masculine
mean,
name?
this one can
D-
still be a girl.
That's true. You can have Derek or anything.
Kaderic fleshing.
Derek. I think it's got to be
It's got to end with a C.
yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Kaderic.
Derek.
There you go.
Yeah, really good.
Perfect.
Okay. Let me just. Because I need to get edges and flaws. Edge. Edge. Dredge. Dredge. The fuck is all this stuff?
Somewhere
Knowledge.
in the 400 pages.
Yep.
Acknowledge. That's an edge. I will find it. Here we go. Okay. Creating a cohort. All right. So let me take a look. Ah, yes, they can be thieves, scouts, infiltration. So this is a skulk. Just want to make sure I put the right fucking words down. Skulk. With a K. 2 Ks. Okay, so they need so Kaderic fleshing. Derek
Great name.
fleshing needs edges and flaws. So 2 edges, 2 flaws. Let me Yeah, here, I'll just screenshot these and then you guys can decide what this fleshing does. So choose what? Choose 2. Fuck you. Choose 2 of each. I know. I was like, yeah, this should be quick because I thought everybody was gonna roll for stuff, but it ended up being all RP.
is fine.
Maybe. Let's see.
You can always make up your own too if you don't like any of these for Derek.
Fearsome seems like a good edge for
Yeah.
Skulk.
Sure.
Fearsome. Maybe fearsome and principle. Like they're really good at what they do, and they're pretty well known, but they also have like some hard
They have a
lines
code
they
of
won't
honor.
cross.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's like some limits they won't go past.
I mean, obligation could be.
Derek's
Obligated to the
busy.
other
To the other
fleshing.
fleshings.
To the fleshing family.
They have to go to the yeah. Kaderic suddenly has to leave to go to the Blades in the Dark World to go help them.
To go help the other fleshing industries.
I have a family thing, and it's like a birthday party for the newest
Okay.
fleshing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
That's fine with me.
Okay, so it was fearsome and obligation.
Yeah.
Okay,
Sure.
cool. Capital letter. Great, cool. You have another fleshing. Boop.
We collect them.
Cool. Okay. Congratulations on your new individual. That'll bring us up to Hana, last downtime of the night.
Yeah, I'll just try to do more research with how to. I guess I'll do another dice, another personnel, for an extra dice.
Cool.
Double
6.
60.
So that's a critty.
Nice.
I think that's
Yeah.
5.
I think that's a crit. That's 5.
I'm pretty sure. Doesn't that fill up your damn clock?
That feels. Oh my god.
So mad. Get this shit done. Let me check. Critical success is 5 segments. Yep.
I'm done then. Yeah.
Okay. Well, guess you'll know what it is now. Once I say enough words to figure out what I'm talking about. Okay, so you meet up with your bestie again. And you start talking about it. How do you go about researching this time?
I think maybe we start by trying to look up or like research up on organisms that do rely on electricity other than tests.
Okay.
See if like there's anything out there that already exists, maybe. I don't know.
Googling. Some electro-respective animals are echidnas. What?
Ooh, echidnas.
Platypuses,
Knuckles?
bees, spiders, dolphins, sharks, and rays. Cool. They generate their own electricity. That's crazy. Actually, you know what I am going to say? Because I know what I use as inspiration for Joe Miguel. I got to Google it really quick just so I make sure I know what I'm talking about.
Is Knuckles in my girlfriend's head?
Yes, Knuckles
Get out
is
of there,
your...
Knuckles.
Please. No.
Amazing.
You are the Knuckles.
Anyways,
Um,
what is happening?
I got to Google really quick. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, so I'll give you a little bit of a backstory about maybe your friend, your group mate, and you. I gotta fucking scroll through my so many things. Okay, your group mate and you do a little bit of research and you find I think you narrow down your research on like organisms that would appear in like planets and space colonized by Jovengel to keep it more whatever the word is, to keep it a little local. And you know actually that Jovengel's home planet is just called Jovengel 01. It is it has a naturally chaotic surface. It's very similar. It's in like a Goldilocks zone, but it is very similar maybe to like a Venus type of environment on the planet. It's naturally uninhabitable by humans and organisms that need to breathe oxygen or breathe in other ways that don't that where this kind of these gases that erupt from both below the surface and are just in the atmosphere are toxic to whatever organisms these are. The Jovengelians themselves have actually, and you would know this since you grew up there, they've created organic modifications to their own bodies that help them breathe this toxic atmosphere. So a lot of people who live down on the planet and do like factory work, like kind of like blue collar individuals, they sort of look. They have these. Not only do they have like mechanical breathing apparatuses, like as like on their body, but they also have these like big organic tubes and stuff like coming from like their noses like into their bodies so they could like breathe this air better. Kind of a little like sort of also like a little bit of like gills going on. They look very odd down where it's most toxic. At least odd to us. But this planet in particular, despite the fact that it doesn't habit is not a great habitat for creatures like us, there are still native creatures there. In particular, there's a very large beast that lives, that roams, I suppose, the volcanic wastes of Jovengel 01. It naturally uses electricity. It actually has what it has is like it sort of creates like static electricity with its fur. This like big sort of like almost like a mix between like a squirrel and a snake kind of thing. Very Pikachu, yeah. It's very monstrous though. It's almost more like dragon-like, like a viper mixed with a squirrel. But it creates static electricity on the fur on its back, and uses that as a defense mechanism, as well as a means to stimulate its own nervous system by using that electricity to put it in its body. science words that I know about. And you can gather that these animals have been researched before by Joe and Gell because it's part of their home planet. And you and your friend can probably come to the conclusion that using cells from this huge beast monster animal, they can probably figure out a way to reverse engineer how its nervous system uses static electricity and create a new, or at least a group of cells or something that can do the same thing, and then transmit the energy like how this thing transmits static electricity into its own body to a different location entirely. It's a little bit of a stretch, but you can imagine because the Joengelians are so well equipped and very comfortable working with biological mutations that it's not like totally out of their realm of possibility. Especially for Blood Moon, because they will do pretty much anything to make the perfect soldier. You can also gather that because this creature that they've based these cells off of, or at least used the cells from, uses electricity also as a weapon. There's probably something in there that maybe does a similar reaction, but in like a more controlled sense. I will also say that maybe the research into into Tess and how they communicate with each other over long distances also warranted. There's very similar words, very similar concepts at play. So it very could likely be that maybe Blood Moon got DNA of a Tess and DNA of this monster and put it together to make a little thing that they can use to track people and also blow them up if they need to.
How dare they?
Yeah.
Okay. Do I get any idea of how to disable this? That was like the main thing I was
Mm-hmm.
looking for.
Yeah, I will say, using all this information, you can gather that you will need to do like Yua had done before, where she used an EMP to sort of turn it off for a second, I guess. Turn off the communication aspect. You would need a way to remove it. You would probably need something like trying to think of the word. What's the like you know how rubber, I think, doesn't like conduct electricity or something? You would like need some sort of something that does that to take it out. So I would say you would need a very strong EMP that lasts a long time, enough to do surgery. And then you would need to get in there and kill the thing by way of not letting it be able to discharge. So you have to kill it safely. And then removing it would be pretty simple after that, after it's already dead.
Okay. What? Wait. So what exactly would be used to kill this thing? Like what?
Your max.
Like what do you mean?
I mean, you could always go in there and kill it yourselves.
Like go in her head? Wait, what?
Listen, I've had this idea for a surgery mission for a while, where you guys shrink down.
Honey, we shrunk the crew.
Honey, we shrunk the crew.
Hell
You
yeah.
go in and you kill it,
I mean,
and
yeah,
then you take it out.
that's something we can do. If we can like shrink ourselves.
Yes. Let's go.
But
Sure. Okay.
That
Yeah.
doesn't matter. We'll figure it out.
We gotta figure that
I
out.
want this mission.
I
We
mean,
gotta figure that out, and then we need to get a really strong EMP.
Yeah, so you would need some sort of EMP that would. I would say maybe you would need an EMP that. Yeah, so what you would need is like a strong EMP, or at least an EMP that can last a long time. Maybe not so necessarily strong, since this thing is pretty small.
Okay.
And then you would need to like, if you want to do the mission, you would need to like EMP proof your mechs.
Would that be like another long-term project to like try to find any or acquire an EMP,
Um,
and also a way to shrink our mechs, or are those like two separate long-term projects?
I guess it depends on what you guys want to do next.
I don't know. What do we want to do next?
Well, here, I'll say this. I would say it's probably not going to be very difficult to find a way to shrink your mechs and find an EMP, because you could just go to like a hospital. I would imagine they probably have similar nanotechnology
To shrink.
that they use to heal people. And an EMP would not be that hard to find on the black market. Suho can help you with that. The biggest thing that you would need to do would be to actually get Yua and either restrain her somehow, knock her out, or convince her to let you do the surgery.
I mean, because
just
once
EMP her first.
she used the EMP, she could talk. So we could just do that first and say we have a way to remove the thing.
Very true. Very true. You'd have to get to her.
Yeah, we would just have to find her. Maybe she's still hanging out at that house in the middle of nowhere.
Maybe, yeah. So I'd say,
Alright.
yeah, the stuff isn't that hard to acquire, but Yua would be the
Actually, like
harder
finding her.
part to acquire. Yeah.
Okay. Good to know. This just remind me of what is that thing? Osmosis Jones. Do you guys
Yep.
know what that is?
Please.
Uh-huh.
That makes me think of that. God, that's so old.
I love Osmosis Jones, so that's where I got the idea from too.
Yeah.
Amazing.
All right. That's a good thing to know for the future. So we gotta level the crew.
Yes, you guys level yourselves and also level the squad. Before you guys do that, I want to ask you what do you guys want to, what are you planning on doing next? I can come up with something, that's fine. Or you guys can like maybe do another personal quest. I know Rio still has some stuff that he can do. You can do surgery.
We just got this mech shrinking thing.
Yeah.
Nice.
Do we want to do that next?
I mean, unless someone has something else that
If they like really want
we
to.
need to do, then probably that.
Okay.
Okay.
Gonna do surgery on a grape.
Yeah.
Basically. I have no priorities until I finish my drive clock, which will probably be next session because I have one tick off.
Yeah.
Right,
And
okay.
if we can free her from this, I don't know, maybe we can have more help going into the Leap headquarters.
Yeah, she would definitely be an asset if you manage to free her.
However that works mechanically.
I'll
you
figure
have
something out.
you have enough drive clocks to
Please, I think you guys have done enough. I know the game is like you can only change a rival if fucking
I mean,
whatever.
I think if we cure her, I feel like that's like.
But like you guys have done like so much for her already. Or at least Hana has. And like narratively I feel like it's pretty fitting. And then damn, I was gonna say something else. Totally forgot. But yeah, I think this is fine. And also like that wouldn't necessarily unmake her your rival. Like you just wouldn't be fighting against her anymore.
Yeah. Like
You
she
guys can still
wouldn't-
have like a rival dynamic, but be on the same side.
She wouldn't have like orders to kill me.
Yeah.
Or she wouldn't have to follow them.
Yeah.
And presumably, I don't know. Like if we undo that, then they'll probably know on their end, so she probably wouldn't be able to go back. I'm assuming
Probably.
to just
That
like
might
chill out with
also
them again.
mean yeah, that they're like, oh, you gotta get her back. Is she dead? Is she what's going on?
So yeah, it might cause more complications with them.
Yeah. Okay. Great. So I will prep surgery.
Yeah.
For in 2
And
weeks,
grapes.
and in the meantime, yeah, I will prep the grapes. And you guys will fight a freaky little guy inside a brain, I suppose. And then we'll level you guys.
We
So
just get 2 points, right?
2 points or a special ability. I
beat.
believe.
Cool.
Yes. And then you get 1 point for your mech, I think. Did we say 1 or 2? I think just 1.
For this, if you get a level 1 harm, is that just nothing then?
I think so. I don't think
Alright.
harm are 1 level less. Yeah, I guess so.
I
Just
think
tough
I'm
it
gonna
out.
get that. Yeah.
That's not the right.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna take tough as nails.
Cool. Sick. And then once you guys are done leveling yourselves, or whenever you have a second, you can
Oh
do
wait,
the.
do our mechs get separate points?
They get a point.
A point, okay.
I don't know if mechs. Do
Battle.
they get? They don't have. No, they just have quirks.
Yeah, mechs don't have skills.
Yeah, it's just you.
Probably useful.
Like any of this.
Use a squad mate's action instead of your own. Oh, that's kind of cool. Crowdsource.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool though.
Huh. How very hive mindy of you.
Oh, looking. You guys are your own little hive mind, okay?
Yeah,
+2.
I am learning from Ward.
Crowdsourcing, hive mind, kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
And you guys need to do your squad as well. Which I believe you get an ability for that.
Oh.
You may choose a squad feat.
Do we ever do poisons? I don't think so. Do we even commit murder?
Nope.
We haven't killed that many people now.
Have we?
Every time we pick the murder crew, and every time we do not
We
kill.
never kill
We
people.
never murder. You murdered that one guy.
We murdered the hacker.
Yeah, that
Oh,
was
yeah.
that was an assassination.
I feel like we're gonna start killing people when we fight Leap
Probably
or go to Leap Space, probably.
make the leap to leap space.
Doesn't Ward make like poisons or something?
I feel like those are the.
When you use stealth or subterfuge to commit murder.
Predators is probably good for us. We
Our
are always
engagement
like
rolls have
sneaking in
not
and
been
stuff.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, we should go for that one then.
Okay. Just gotta make sure you commit murder.
Yeah, get the most out of it.
Yeah.
We'll sneak into the Leap base and murder everyone.
Yeah, we can squeeze in a little murder.
Need to commit at least one murder per
Or score to
mission.
get that bonus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to make it worth.
Amazing. I don't know what to put my points.
Are there any feats worth getting?
Not really.
Shit, I don't know. I might end up changing mine to points by the next time we play. But for now, I'm going for that feat.
So I feel like we have a lot of 1 and 2s and
Yeah. My
probably some
stats aren't
3s.
great.
I mean, I could take engineering classes, but at that point, I really
Why?
be the same character.
Yeah, it'd be a totally
Yeah.
different person.
Hey, maybe you took all the constant complaining to heart and decided that you're gonna make us sorry. I don't know.
You're gonna prove us wrong. And
I will learn how to do things.
but he actually does like fix it with the duct tape.
Yeah, but he learns how to do it.
Yeah.
He makes it work somehow.
Well, we learned a lot in that session. A lot of information.
So much that I had to say that I just came up with.
This is fine.
Based on things wasn't
Do these
totally all out of my ass.
squirrel creatures have a name?
I mean, they have a name in their source material. I don't know if they do here yet. Because I ripped it from Monster Hunter really quick.
Oh, it's a Monster Hunter thing?
Yeah. The squirrel, they're
What
called
is it in Monster Hunter?
Tobi Kadachi.
Can we go up to 4 points?
I don't
Is that
think
allowed?
so.
I don't think so.
I think it's
Don't you have to like
3.
do something special to do that?
Do you have to like train or something to?
Like be like an expert or like a veteran or something? I don't remember.
I definitely think there's like some sort of restriction that stops you from doing it. I have no clue what the.
Actually, Prowl would probably
How many points do you have in it?
just one.
Could be good to get that 3.
Yeah, if you can't decide right now, you got 2 weeks. So don't stress too much about it if you don't know.
Cool.
Um,
The
yes.
oh no, just say this is why I picked the feed.
Yeah. But yeah, in 2 weeks we will be doing surgery on a grape. So
A
great for
grape
that.
in a body.
Sounds like fun.
Grape
No,
in a body.
grape in the
Anticipating.
head.
Grape in a head, and you'll be fighting a creature inside her brain. So be prepared for that. Don't kill any brain cells.
No promises.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Come on, guys, don't
Attempts will be made.
mess up my girlfriend.
We will see.
And then maybe you will have a friend after that.
Hopefully.
Or maybe at least a
Uh,
friend who might need to go into hiding or something.
A friend who's not trying to kill us.
Yeah. But great. That was longer than I was expecting, but it went pretty normal time, so I'm
Yeah,
content.
It's-
Gave you a bunch of
it's
shit.
still only like 3 hours. So
Yeah, which I'm fine with.
that's pretty short for us.
This is nice.
Yeah.
This is fine.
This is good.
I like a shorter session on a Friday. Means I can actually sleep.
Tomorrow's probably going to be longer if we're doing downtime stuff. So
Assume
That's fine.
we're
That's fine.
gonna spend a lot of time.
downtime and like
Yeah.
talking to Varen and going back home. and-
Dying time.
RP
You guys
all
won't be
day long.
dying.
You say that.
I mean, unless you start a fight with someone, there's no. I'm not planning for any combat tomorrow unless you guys like attack someone.
I'm gonna go
Well,
fight the
hopefully
queen.
not.
You're gonna fight the queen, okay?
Please.
I'm
Okay.
gonna
Wait, no, I
single-handedly
have to go
fight the
talk to
queen.
her.
Don't do
Don't. I need to talk to her first.
Yevlir and Petra both show up at different times to do totally different things with the queen.
Yeah. Me
I
trying to
show
be
up
nice to
first, and
her.
when you come, she's just cleaning my body off the floor.
I'm like, what the fuck? I mean, like, it was bound to happen, but what the fuck? Hi, anyways. I just sidestepped Yoler's body. I need to speak to you.
Come on, guys.
Yeah.
You gotta keep it together. Val still has to do her thing.
Yeah, let Val have her moment, and then we can all get
Oh.
fucked up again.
Al needs
no.
to talk to Lucia.
I have to talk to a lot of people. We'll see how that goes.
Does
I can
Petra
talk to
actually
one.
want to go talk to the queen?
No, I think I'm gonna talk to Liana.
Okay.
About the queen.
And then Rux wants to
Not talk to
talk
her,
to
just about her.
Gunhill.
Yeah.
Yes. Maybe.
Is Rux talking to anyone else?
Petra, confrontation. Come on.
Yeah,
yeah,
I was gonna
Petra.
say
Yes.
Dwayne, he wanted to
Petra.
talk to me.
Petra drama.
That's fine. I live for it.
And then probably go to the Raven Temple.
Oh, Petra was thinking
Or
about doing
Giant.
maybe
Oh,
another.
Vasselheim?
Yeah. Petra was maybe thinking about doing another youth group, but we don't have to roleplay it.
Yeah.
If you don't want to.
We can roleplay if there's like anything specific you want to say to all the kids.
I think there is. I just kind of want to just hang out.
Okay. Does Yevlir have any plans?
He is a man of the moment, I guess.
He's
Yes.
just vibing.
All right. Then I guess Lucia's just gonna be avoiding Tsunala more.
This is fun.
Wait, no, I think she actually said she had something she wanted to say. I don't know.
All up to Zunala.
Yeah, she said something about like she wants to see what Tsunala's response is, but she won't have a response if she doesn't know Lucia's back. See what
We'll
happens.
fix
Find
this.
out.
Oh my god, if Val actually gets the impression that Lucia wants to get back together, that's just gonna be a disaster. I mean, she made it work for Morgan and Barrett. Completely different situation, but she made it work. Anyways,
Yeah, see you guys tomorrow.
see you guys tomorrow.
Yeah.
Nice.
See you later.
Thanks
Thanks
for
for
playing.
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 Yeah, thanks
Bye.
for running.
Night.
Good night.